So if we have a look, you can see a great view of the middle of the track there. Every country has their own little pen set up, decorated with their country flags. So, the next event underway already. So, Annina Schillig from Switzerland is going to be the first rider in the women's individual C4-5 500 metres time trial. Megan Fisher will follow her, and then another Swiss rider, Sara TRETOLA, will ride after that. Kerstin Brachendorf from Germany, Roxanne Burns from South Africa, Alexandra Green from Australia, Anna HARKOWSKA, who performed so well earlier in the competition in the individual pursuit, from Poland. She'll ride at number 7. Marie-Claude MOLNAR from Canada, number 8. Fiona SOUTHORN from New Zealand at number 9. Then we have Jennifer SCHUBLE from the States. We've got Sue Powell from Australia, Greta NEIMANAS from the States, RUAN Jianping from China, and Sara STOREY. The very last rider for Great Britain will round out the field. But this rider you can see in front of you right now is Annina Schillig. She has already competed in the women's individual C5 pursuit. So the C5 riders, they get no corrected time. The C4 riders factor is 99.40%, so not a huge difference really there. But Annina Schillig rode in the C5 pursuit, finished 10th. The 32-year-old. A good start. Annina Schillig from Switzerland in this individual time trial. So the effort on her face, she's out of the saddle, finally sits down after half a lap and tries to find her rhythm and maintain this speed. So it seems about an even split between C4 and C5 category riders in this lineup of 14 riders this afternoon. I'll bring you more accurate figures on that shortly. However, right now the woman of the moment is Annina Schillig. What has she managed to achieve? 43.248. You're watching Paralympic Sport TV. Our coverage of the track cycling Day 3 of London 2012. My name's Amy Bainbridge and we are into the second gold medal event of the afternoon. So this is the women's individual C4-5 500 metres time trial. Next athlete is Megan Fisher from the United States of America. She is a C4 category rider. So she will be entitled to a factor time of 99.40%. And she has already taken a silver medal at these London 2012 Games in the women's individual C4 pursuit. That came on day 1 of competition. She'll want to be following that up. Little test there. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there's been a lot of mechanical problems this morning at the track. So Megan Fisher out here to have a great time. Focus, deep breath, and focus on the task at hand. A decent start, a solid start there. Certainly now she's managing to build up speed. So Megan Fisher, the silver medalist from 2 days ago, is already making up some ground on Annina Schillig. With 1 lap to go in this 500 metres time trial, she grits her teeth, putting so much effort and force. And the burn in her legs at this point will be extraordinary. And she's certainly giving it all that she has. And what do we have here? She's taken some time off Annina Schillig's time. And will be comfortably in first position ahead of Schillig. Wonder if that's mum there in the stands. So 42.178. The mark to beat thus far in this competition. Megan Fisher. So we're back to Switzerland again for the next competitor this afternoon in the 500 metres time trial. So here we have our next competitor, a C5 category athlete, Sara TRETOLA. She's not entitled to a factoring time in her overall time this afternoon. She's already raced in the women's individual C5 pursuit at these games. She ranked 9th in that event. So after this afternoon, the 22-year-old, sorry, the 28-year-old rather, my maths is a little bit off there, but she will then prepare for the road racing, which begins next Wednesday. Sara TRETOLA. A clean start. And a very warm welcome to our international channel viewers joining us on Paralympic Sport TV. You've just reached us in time to see the efforts of Sara TRETOLA racing in the women's individual C4-5 500 metres time trial. And her time, well, it's not good enough to put her in the lead of the competition. It's good enough to put her in third position out of the 3 riders at this point. So Sara TRETOLA from Switzerland is the 3rd rider of 14 that we'll see competing this afternoon in the women's individual C4-5 500 metres time trial. And we've already this afternoon completed the women's individual C1, 2 and 3 500 metres time trial, of which Chinese rider He Yin set a world record and was the victor. Alida Nobrius from the Netherlands came 2nd, and Jamie Paris from Australia came 3rd in that event. My name's Amy Bainbridge. Great to have your company with us, wherever you might be watching around the world. I'm glad you could join us this afternoon. The track cycling, well, it's been probably not quite as much drama as yesterday, but still plenty to keep the crowds interested here. And this afternoon we're going to see another 3 gold medals decided. So 1 gold medal in this event and then 2 men's events. And this morning in the men's individual pursuit, it was quite dramatic because we had a couple of mechanicals, a pedal popped out, and then in the men's kilo for the B classification, there were not 1 but 3 mechanical issues in that race. And in the end, the British rider Anthony Capes was unable to compete in that race. His chain slipped twice, and in the end they abandoned their attempt. But let's focus now on the German rider in front of us, Kerstin Brachendorf. She's a C5 rider, and if you are just getting up to speed with what's going on here, we've got the C4 and C5 riders grouped together. C4 factor for the riders is 99.40%, so their time will be adjusted, but not for Kerstin Brachendorf. She's a C5 rider, so it's 100%. Oh goodness, she's veered wildly off the track there, but corrected herself and off she went. It may just have been a rider error there, otherwise she would have pulled over and asked for her attempt again. Although after what happened yesterday with Jodie Cunty, perhaps she's not taking any chances. So not a great start here for Kerstin Brachendorf. She ranked 8th in the women's C5 pursuit on day 1 of competition. She's making up for lost time here though. A very poor start, but what can she achieve as she comes around down the final bend, the final straight? That is good enough to put her in 2nd position, 43.186. So good enough for 2nd. However, we do have a number of quality cyclists still to race, including RUAN Jianping, the current world record holder in the C4 classification, and then Sara STOREY, the Brit, who will be a crowd favourite. We also have Susan Powell from Australia and a couple of very good American riders as well. Greta NEIMANAS is one of them. Anna HARKOWSKA, she's already won a silver medal. She's from Poland and she'll be racing at number 7, but next up we have Roxanne Burns from South Africa racing at number 5. So a total of 14 women this afternoon in this competition. And then after this competition concludes, we'll then head on to the medal rounds for the men's individual C4 pursuit final and the men's individual C5 pursuit final. So plenty happening here at the velodrome. It's very warm, headed into the main stadium at lunchtime, and at the start of today it was around 28 degrees. It's a very low roof, traps the heat in, and when there's a lot of bodies in there, as there has been for these cycling events, it gets pretty stuffy and uncomfortable. So this is Roxanne Burns. This is her 2nd of 3 events that she's competing in here at London 2012. She's away well. A better start for Roxanne Burns. Ian Roger is her coach, yelling on from the sidelines there. So Roxanne Burns getting up to speed quite nicely. We'll get an indication in just a moment of how well she's tracking. So very well indeed. 0.290 ahead of the leading time at the moment. Roxanne Burns, the crowd giving her plenty of support. What can she achieve in this final half lap? 42.879. She's a C4 athlete, so we'll wait for the calculated time. 42.621, my apologies. So that's good enough to put her into second place. We still have 8 riders left to come this afternoon. So Megan Fisher still leading the competition with a factored time of 42.178. So this afternoon in the men's individual C4 pursuit, we'll have Jodie Cundy from Great Britain racing against Diego German Duanes Gomez from Colombia for the bronze. So that's, of course, after Jodie Cundy's pretty dreadful day yesterday. And Karel Edward Novak from Romania will race against champion Jiri Jezek from the Czech Republic. But next up here in this current event, this is Alex Green from Australia. So Alex Green, the coaches are Tom Scalander and Michael Popplewell. She's already got a bronze medal at London 2012. What can she achieve in this event? Of course, we'll switch her focus to road cycling for next week. She's away cleanly. A big task ahead. Don't forget, there's some quality riders, all with real medal chances to come after Alex Green. So really, she needs an excellent time here. She needs a good time to have any hope of remaining in as a medal chance. So 1 lap in, she's racing extremely well. So Alex Green rounding the final turn as she comes down the straight. We'll get a good indication here. Wow, 42.095. And that is enough to put her in the lead of the competition. That is the factored time. So Alex Green will go to the top of the table now, pushing down Megan Fisher and Roxanne Burns. Remembering, though, that we've got Anna Harkowska up next. So with the women's individual C4-5 500 metres time trial, there's no final after this. This is the final, essentially. You start, you get one go, and that is it. So very happy Alex Green there, and as she should be. But this happiness is always tempered with not knowing what everyone else is going to achieve this afternoon. So now a matter of watching and waiting. So this woman on your screen is Anna Harkowska, who's already had success at these games with a silver medal in the women's individual C5 pursuit. So she is a C5 athlete. No factoring time will come into play here. Now they're just double checking all the starting equipment here. After, of course, the drama that was yesterday, we have seen some pretty careful organisation here. Not that they're always blasé, but particularly this morning during the men's session, and we had a couple of mechanical issues. Everyone was just double checking everything extra carefully. So Anna HARKOWSKA not opting for the extra strap over the shoes. I tell you what, after seeing what happened this morning, I certainly would. Distinctive helmet that she's chosen. So Anna HARKOWSKA is off. And she's off to a blistering start, almost a full second ahead of Alexandra Green on the clock. And this is a lovely ride from Anna HARKOWSKA from Poland. Looking so good, so strong, and such a beautiful cycling technique. Very still on the bike, head still. She gets across the line. That, oh my goodness, she's blown them out of the water. 39.599. Wow, that is, well, 2.5 seconds clear of Alexandra Green. What an incredible performance. But do you get the feeling that the women this afternoon are just going to get faster and faster? We've still got some quality to come. And some cyclists do find it easier going first and getting their performance straight out of the way, but many cyclists find it easier to watch first and know how fast they need to go, so they know exactly what they need to do to be in the medal placings. But this was a very impressive ride. Still outside world record time. The world record for the C5 athletes by Zhou Jifang is 36.724. Paralympic record 36.937. That was set at the last Paralympic Games in Beijing. So the euphoria that Alex Green would have felt may be subsiding rapidly as she watches these other women better her time. Anna HARKOWSKA is the first. This is Marie-Claude MOLNAR. She's a C4 athlete from Canada, so she's entitled to a factoring time. So still and focused. Oh, very good start there by MOLNAR. She came fourth in the women's C4 pursuit on on day one rather. That was Thursday of competition here in London. And third in the 500 metres time trial at the LA Championships, LA World Championships. So MOLNAR 1 lap down. She's a little off pace, 1.20 seconds off the pace, in fact. She may be able to make up some time here. She turns the corner down the straight, and that's good enough for fourth at this point. We'll just wait till the factor time comes into it, because she is a C4 athlete, 42.228. Still good enough for fourth position, so out of the medal count this afternoon. So next up we have Fiona Southorn, who is a C5 athlete from New Zealand. And she's already has a bronze medal to her name in the women's individual C5 pursuit. And her goal was, of course, to win a medal of any kind at these games, and she's done just that. But can she get another one to her name? So Fiona Southorn, as a C5 athlete, won't be entitled to the factoring time here. So Fiona Southorn, a 44-year-old from New Zealand, is away cleanly. Perhaps would list her individual pursuit as her more favoured event, but let's see what she's able to achieve in the individual time trial. It looks like she's getting a decent speed up here, 1.5 seconds off the pace, but I wouldn't be surprised if she improves on that in her second lap. 1.808 off the pace. Streams down the home straight, and that is a very good time. It's enough to put her in the second position. So that means Megan Fisher from the United States is now being pushed out of the medal standings. Fiona Southorn goes into the silver medal position. Alex Green from Australia is now in the bronze position after leading the competition earlier. As we make our way through this list of competitors, next up we have rider 10 out of 14, so still a few to go, still 5 to go here. Jennifer SCHUBLE from the United States is a C5 athlete, so she'll be next up at the velodrome. So Fiona Southorn, she's thrilled with her performance. It's great to see. So, Jennifer SCHUBLE, she's a good road cyclist. She won a silver and a gold medal, a silver in Beijing in the road time trial, and in the road race at the World Championships in Italy in 2009, she won a gold medal. And in Beijing in 2008, she won a gold medal in the LC1, LC2, CP4 500-metre time trial category. So the categories have been adjusted this time around. We have fewer categories. They are different. Jennifer SCHUBLE from the United States of America. Lovely clean start and a fast start too. So Jennifer SCHUBLE out of the saddle. Grinding down. This is a good ride. Lovely. She has indeed gotten off to a very fast start. 0.602 ahead of the next fastest time. And she's increasing that lead now. So Jennifer SCHUBLE, she's a C5 athlete, so what you see is what you get with the time on the screen. There will be no adjustment. And this is a sensational performance as she heads down the straight, and wow, 37.941. That's enough to put her in the top position. So Jennifer Schubel, the new leader of this competition. Anna Harkowska now pushed down to second. Fiona Southorn in third, Alex Green in fourth. So, actual time 37.941 from Jennifer Schubel. And she'll be very happy with that. Still outside the world record, however, for C5 athletes, which is 36.724. But you do kind of get the feeling that as we creep through this competition, that may indeed be up for reckoning, that world record. So Anna Harkowska getting interviewed there by the official broadcast service journalists in the mixed zone. Smiling a lot, so clearly she feels pretty comfortable with how she's gone. Now this is Sue Powell from Canberra. Sue, who I do know, I rode with Sue at the Canberra Vikings Cycling Club. She's a fierce competitor, an excellent road cyclist, but she's already won a gold medal on the track here in the individual pursuit. She's a C4 category athlete, so she's entitled to a factored time here. So there'll be plenty of people watching at Sue's home club in her hometown of Canberra, the capital of Australia. And she's got to be feeling great after winning that women's individual C4 pursuit. Silver in this event in the LA World Championships earlier this year. Come on, Sue. A great start by Sue Powell. Strength through her legs is extraordinary. She's out of the seat, pedaling around, still out of the saddle. So about half a second off the pace at the moment, but she's gaining momentum. 1 second off the pace. So Sue Powell, can she get herself into the running for a medal, for her second medal of these games? She comes round down the final straight. Sue Powell, a new Paralympic record for her category, and that slipped her into third position. Congratulations, Sue Powell. 39.702. So that beats Jianping's Paralympic record of 41.133. Sue Powell has ridden a 39.702. She is having a cracking time at these London 2012 Games. So, 3 riders still to come. Greta NEIMANAS is next. She's from the United States. You can see her preparing to mount her bike there. She's a C5 athlete. She came 7th in the women's individual C5 pursuit. And she won silver at the World Championships in Los Angeles earlier this year, and also silver in the individual C5 pursuit. And in Manchester 2009, silver as well in this very event. And she's away, cleanly away. Greta NEIMANAS, 24-year-old, born in Chicago. Coached by Nicola Cranmer at a club level and Craig Griffin at a national level. So what have we got here from Greta NEIMANAS? She's just under a second off the pace at this point. Exertion is extraordinary. The pain and the lactic build-up in the muscle. This is a difficult event. The power required is immense. And so, 39.621. She's just edged out Sue Powell from the bronze medal position. Greta NEIMANAS is just in the bronze medal position, but I do doubt she'll be able to stay there because the next two, the final two riders we have, are just so good. So, the next rider up is RUAN Jianping from China. So, Greta NEIMANAS. So at the moment we've got United States leading this competition. Jennifer SCHUBLE with the fastest time, 37.941. Anna HARKOWSKA in second place from Poland. She'll be desperately hoping she can stay in this medal race, but with two very talented riders to come, this could be difficult. Greta NEIMANAS, who's in the bronze medal position. But this is RUAN Jianping. So, the reigning C4 world record holder. She set that record in Los Angeles in February this year. So, RUAN Jianping is 27 years old, turns 28 in December. Came fifth in the women's individual C4 pursuit, but is the reigning world champion in this event. She also won the World Championships last year in this very event. She took up serious training in cycling in 2008, perhaps inspired by events in her home country that hosted such a successful 2008 Paralympics. And she's away, a very good start, looking very sharp. RUAN Jianping, yet another member of the Guangdong cycling team. Li Peng is the national coach, as well as Wei Jiangtao. And this is a very good ride indeed. So 0.273 behind. She is entitled to a factor time for a C4 athlete. RUAN Jianping has the crowd behind her. The Chinese athlete so popular here, and she's managed to get over the line in a new world record. 38.194. RUAN Jianping breaking her own world record by less than a second, but a new world record. Well, with the factored time, it's well over a second. And that is going to move her into second place in the overall standings. So Anna HARKOWSKA just hanging in there in the bronze medal position at this point. The competition is still being led by Jennifer SCHUBLE. So RUAN Jianping will get a medal, but what colour will it be? So the biggest support of the day will come for this next athlete, Sara at STOREY. So Sara STOREY, big expectations from the home crowd on her. She already has a gold medal at these games. She's away cleanly, a lovely start, very smooth. And the roar speaks for itself. Such a popular competitor here every time she races. Can the crowd urge her on? So not far off the pace at all. She's gathering momentum. Sara STOREY. She heads around the velodrome. She's hit the front. She's not entitled to a factor time, so what you see is what you get on the screen. Sara STOREY, she's won the gold medal in front of her home crowd, her second gold medal of these games. Well, you couldn't script it better, could you? The final rider of this competition knew exactly what she had to do, and she could do it. Now, I believe, no, she's missed out on setting a Paralympic record by just a couple of thousandths of a second. So, Sara STOREY, what a story. She's taken the gold medal of these, her second gold medal of these games. That means Jennifer SCHUBLE will take the silver medal, RUAN Jianping will take the bronze. Anna HARKOWSKA has been relegated out of the medal standings to 4th position, followed by Greta NEIMANAS, Susan Powell, Fiona SOUTHORN, Alex Green, Megan Fisher, Marie-Claude MOLNAR, Roxanne Burns, Kerstin BRACHTENDORF, Annina SCHILLIG, and then finally rounding out the competition, Sara TRETOLA. Little baby there with some noise cancelling headphones on. He's pretty happy about things, looking very relaxed. But Sara STOREY enjoying her time with her family and loving the atmosphere. time for a victory lap. Sarah Story, this is exactly what the crowd wanted to see here this afternoon. So 36.997. And she's still got 2 road race events to come, and that will be very interesting indeed. Can she make it 4 from 4, 4 golds from 4 attempts? That is the question. So, 2 more medal events to come this afternoon. Thoroughly enjoying the moment. So Sarah Story, who only started cycling in 2005 after a very successful career as a Paralympic swimmer,